What's good, YouTube? It's your boy TSO Sage and I'm back with another video. Now, it's extremely obvious to say the following: the Timberwolves suck. As of this recording, they only have 13 wins on the season, but have 40 losses. Nobody even has 40 wins. How are you losing more than someone else could win? Like, what the hell is going on? For the love of God, they just lost a game where the opposing bench only scored 20 points while putting up 136 points. Like, yo, what are they doing? Well, in this video, I try to explain why the Timberwolves suck and what they could do to fix it if it's even possible to fix it, because otherwise they might just be destined to meet the woo. But with all that being said, if you guys like the video, don't forget to like the video and let's get right to it. So why do the Timberwolves still suck? They haven't had a winning record since 2005 and they haven't made the playoffs since 2014 with Jimmy Butler. Well, oddly enough, I don't chalk it all to the roster and team construction. And I know there's a couple of you that for whatever reason, anytime you find out a basketball YouTuber's favorite team, that they're so biased and they can only view things from their team's perspective. So you know what? Bet, as a toxic Lakers fan, I'ma look at some of the players on the T-Wolves and tell you how I'd feel if they were on the Lakers. Karl Anthony Towns, at bare minimum a top 25 talent, and you could argue 15th or higher. We'll talk about him more in a minute, but duh. D'Angelo Russell used to be a Laker. If he was a Laker right now, he'd probably start. Well, I don't know, we kinda like Dennis and he has the defense. Either way, D'Lo's getting minutes, duh. Anthony Edwards, oh my goodness, yes. Malik Beasley can be a weirdo off the court, but on the court, he's a bucket. Then whether it's guys like Nas Reed, Jaden McDaniels, hell, even Ricky Rubio on a down year, this team's not the worst roster in the league in terms of talent. But yet here we are today and they only have 13 wins. And I'm not excusing the players entirely. The defensive prowess this team has is just not good. There's potential with guys like Anthony Edwards, Josh Okogie's okay, potential with McDaniels as well. Even the two light skins have improved at defense themselves. But come on now, as of today, they're not a good defensive team. But it'd be nice if the Timberwolves even had the chance to play defense. What I mean by that is their offense gives their defense no room for error. Granted, it was worse with Ryan Saunders because my God, but even with Chris Finch as of late, all this team does is try to be the knockoff Houston Rockets. Granted, not as much paint penetration with the primary ball handler because you know, you don't have James Harden or even a Chris Paul or Russell Westbrook. But what the Timberwolves try to do is keep the floor spaced, allow backdoor cuts, and optimize three-point shots. However, and as you may tell the way I broke it down, it's really not that complex. They don't change anything up, they don't run any plays. It's genuinely about as complex as going into the 2K rec. Therefore, they're not even always open all the time. But even if they are open, them niggas don't green. Oh, but Sage, Karl Anthony Towns, you said, is one of the better shooting bigs, if not the best shooting big of all time. And Malik Beasley can shoot. You named two players. Hell, even if you wanted to throw in D'Lo in there as well. This team is shooting a lot of threes that they cannot make. The shots are impatient, forced, and yet sometimes contested because, again, they don't do anything complex on offense. How are you 11th in attempts and bottom 5 in percentage? Anthony Edwards and Jarrett Culver, to a degree, I understand because you do need to develop them. Even though, my God, Jarrett Culver's not looking good at all. But watching Josh Okogie shoot pull-up threes, watching Ricky Rubio let that bitch fire the second he catches it in the corner, or even watching Jake Layman play basketball because why? Sorry, I'm not a Jake Layman fan. Oh my God, Sage, you underrate Jake Layman. Fuck you. But if it hasn't been obvious so far, let me just state it out clearly. A lot of this talent is misutilized. Now, am I saying if utilized properly, this team is the 8th seed, 7th seed, maybe even 6th? Fuck no. Injuries have held them to a degree, but as I stated earlier, this roster is not perfect. Cat and D'Lo are improving, but they're still not good defenders, and Anthony Edwards needs time to develop. Hell, Luka over here struggling to make the damn playoffs. You think I got the Timberwolves doing that shit? But they shouldn't have 7 less wins than the fucking Thunder, and they shouldn't be worse than a team that lost 21 straight games. And honestly, Karl Anthony Towns is amazing, so don't judge me when I say this. Luke Walton does coach the Kings. Shouldn't be worse than them either, but they are. Even outside the conference, they shouldn't have 3 less wins than the Pistons. A lot of you are probably gonna jump the gun and think I'm overrating the Timberwolves, and I'm fully aware that Cat and D'Lo barely play with each other, but we've seen what D'Lo could do under the right system with Kenny Atkinson, and Karl Anthony Towns again is a bare minimum top 25 talent. His team shouldn't be the worst in the league, but they are, so how do you fix it? Well, the way I see it, this team could go in one of two directions. Option 1 isn't necessarily the best in my opinion, but tank, have patience, and pray. The reason why I fear the Golden State Warriors next season is because they have the Minnesota Timberwolves draft pick, which either A, they use it and probably get a great player, or B, they trade it and get an even better player. Unless that shit is top 3, then you're lucky as hell. Which even though you give up your 2022 pick, you did already hit on Edwards. If you hit again, you have a nice young core, which I haven't really talked about Anthony Edwards too much in this video. Anthony Edwards is an amazing amazing prospect. Bro is a good 6'4", 6'5", 225 with absurd athleticism. And considering that athleticism and the fact he's 19 years old with a 6'9" wingspan, the defensive potential is there as well. And it doesn't stop there, because offensively, not only is he very skilled, he ain't scared of shit. I mean, I love Anthony Edwards, bro. It's just unfortunate that for whatever reason, if you come into the league and the shots don't start falling instantly, nobody talks about you. His efficiency can be very inconsistent, but you can clearly see he has the ability. There's even been stretches which Anthony Edwards averages 30 on insane efficiencies, and then the next 5 he's below 20 on dog water. But hell, even in the last 10 games, he's given you 23 on 57.5 true shooting. Literally, with time, he'll get the NBA body and be able to attack the basket even better than he is now. And with improvement in his efficiencies and as a playmaker, he's gonna be one special player. So in this situation, you already hit on him. If you do have your draft pick as top 3, so you go ahead and hit on someone else in the draft because it's hard to miss. But Sage, they're the Timberwolves. Nigga, I know they're the Timberwolves. They could miss. But this draft deep as hell, it's hard for him to do that, 1. And 2, I'm not here trolling the Timberwolves right now. I'm not going, haha, you're gonna draft bad. I'm just pinning out a situation in which they can bounce back from mediocrity. So yeah, you already drafted Edwards. You draft someone else, you're lucky as hell if you get Cade. No cap, I don't be watching a lot of college, so I don't know too much about Cade personally, but everywhere I fucking go, Cade. I may watch film on him later, but apparently he's that guy. You have D'Angelo Russell, you have Karl Anthony Towns. And if you just play the right way, at that point, you're good, bro. Obviously, you may have to adjust some things with the staff and the roster, but if at that point you suck, you have no choice but to do option 2. And option 2 is very simple, very casual, yet very effective. Smoke that cat pack, bro. Pack him up. By no stretch of any imagination is it gonna be Karl Anthony Towns' fault. I know he's not perfect, but it is your fault that you have to trade him at this point. And I know a lot of you guys may be thinking, oh, trade D'Lo or Edwards before Cat. Well, trade Edwards before Cat is just fucking stupid. I'm not gonna hold you. The nigga is 19. But in regards to D'Lo, I mean, yeah, you could argue trade D'Lo before Cat, but you're not gonna get that much for him compared to what you get for Cat, if that makes sense. And what the fuck are you gonna do? Lose? Okay. Like, in my opinion, the only risk with trading Cat is losing out on building a good team around Cat, but you haven't been able to do that for what, 5 years? And you're the worst team in the league without a guaranteed draft pick. And I'm all for saying tanking is overrated. 100% tanking is a little overrated. But tanking truly is the direction in which some teams need to go. And the Timberwolves are one of the teams I think fits this need the most. Honestly, I'm so sincere about it, I would consider trading D'Lo and Cat before even giving them a full season together. What? I know it's a hot take, but hear me out. This season's a wash, so I'm not counting this season. You really only have 2 seasons which you have Cat and D'Lo. You still got Malik Beasley, you still have Anthony Edwards, and in that second season, Rubio and Layman come off the books, which give you $20 million to create a better roster or just sign one better player. But let's be honest here, the reality of signing a max player one day and creating a couple more $1 million to get that max slot isn't the smartest thing considering you're fucking Minnesota. So I personally find that unrealistic. But if you think they can, guess what? More power to you. So with all those things being said, what are they gonna do? 2 years from now, LeBron and AD are still on the Lakers. 2 years from now, the Nuggets are gonna be a bigger problem than they already are because they actually know how to develop talent. I'm pretty positive the Jazz are still gonna be good. I don't think the Suns wanna go back to losing. Dear God, what if Dame gets a defense? Oh Lord, what the fuck will Luka look like? Oh God, what the fuck will Zion look like? And if the Clippers keep Kawhi, that's another team we all know you're not beating. Oh, and I forgot fucking Golden State. Whether they keep your pick or not, them niggas gonna be live. So I ask again, what is the dynamic duo of Karl Anthony Towns and D'Lo gonna do? Losing 6 in the first round? Like, pack them up, bro. It would take an astronomical leap from a guy I'm high on in Anthony Edwards for me to consider them going to the second round. Like, no, bro, whether it's Jaylen Brown from Boston, Wiseman and number 4 from Golden State. If the Hornets just said, fuck it, Cat, LaMelo, ball up. Don't crucify me for trade ideas, nigga. I'm not the trade machine and it's not even the point of the video. But you can get a haul for Cat, we all know it, and I think that's the best way that you go. You trade Cat and you probably pack up D'Lo too. But if you disagree, that's perfectly fine. It's all about how you prefer the T-Wolves to build themselves. But if there's one thing we can all agree on is the fact that the Timberwolves fucking suck. And they got a lot of work to do. But that's gonna do it for today's video. It's been your boy TSO Sage. If you guys like the video, like the video. If you like my content, subscribe. Why the fuck you watching my shit and you're not subscribed? And it's been your boy TSO Sage. I'ma holla at y'all tomorrow. Take care and stay blessed.
It's young Phenom, yeah, I got the cannon. If a nigga talk too much, I gotta blame him. I wonder where the hate come from. Gotta be a dum-dum undercover someone. You one of my children. Is it the paper, the moolah, the haters, the rumors, the leaked news of me and your shorty in Kama Sutra? I might just shoot you, guns blazing, my little Ruger. It's not a blooper. just maneuver. Italian spot where they serve my fettuccine. Make sure my linguine super steamy and not too creamy. Toasty panini, couple bites of tortellini. I'm feeling dreamy, phone buzzing, she wanna see me. On my way to the biddy, you know the vibes, bro. My drip is hydro, big waves up in my Tado. I'm in a Tahoe, big body Uber on time home. While me and my driver talking bullshit, smoking tobacco.